Hi. Hi, my name is Kim Barsamian and I'm one of the children's librarians here at Lincoln Library. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pantograph with a few things, just a few things, and it's our STEM activity for this week. So I'm going to show it to you. This is what it looks like. It's cardboard and it doesn't take a lot to make it, so it's a lot of fun, but it's really interesting. So what it does is when you have the two pencils in it, or two pens, when you're drawing, you can draw with one, and if you can see, it makes the same thing, a bigger one and a smaller one. So whatever you draw on this side will make a bigger one on that side. If you draw from this side, it'll make the smaller thing that you're drawing on this side. So if I did like a square, I'm doing it kind of backwards, but you can see how cool that is. So we're going to make one of these today. I'm going to take the pens out right now so that the ink won't keep coming out of them. So that's something you might want to remember from when you do it. If you have your activity kit, what you'll do is take out, first of all, the cardboard pantograph pattern. Okay, and on here we have four rectangles with some dots on them. What you'll do with this is cut these out and then use them on the smaller piece of cardboard that you have. Not the cereal box, because that's for the jaw monster that we'll do in a little bit, but this size, okay? And what you'll do is take each piece and trace it onto here, onto the cardboard, and then you're going to cut them out. But then you can also take your pieces and put the dots on them, on your cardboard, okay? So that your dots will be where you put the holes. So here's where I put the holes. Okay, so once you have these cut out, you trace them onto the cardboard, then cut them out. You'll need 4 of them. These 2 long ones and 2 short ones. The 2 long ones have 3 holes in them. Oh, I got the marker on this one. But they have 3 holes on them. So those 3 holes need to be punched out. You can either use a scissor end, or a hole punch works really well. It makes a little bit of a bigger hole, but you can also use something else like a pen or something and dig the hole in. You can ask an adult for help with this if you need to, but you need 1 on either end and 1 in the middle. So when you use your tracing, you can get it. You can kind of put it right up next to it and figure out where you should put your dots, and that's where your holes will be. So you need 3 holes on both of these, and then you need 2 holes on these, not 3 on these, just 2. Okay, and then the next part is you have a bigger piece of cardboard, which you're not going to cut, but we are going to use a hole punch. So if you have a hole punch, it's a lot easier, but like I said, you could use scissors or something else, but very carefully ask a parent for help with that part if you need to. And what we're going to do is we're going to have the long way going this way, and the short going up and down. Okay, on the shorter side, you find the middle, approximately. Okay, so I'm guessing that's about the middle for me, and I'll go in a little bit. That's like 1 inch or maybe ½ an inch in, and then make a hole there. Okay, that's the only hole we need to make there. Then the next thing we do is take one of our long pieces of cardboard. We are going to match up with one of the holes, okay, just one of the holes, and take the brads, or they're called fasteners. They're little fasteners. You stick the pointy side in one hole and through to the next hole, and on the back, you flip them down like a little bird wings or wings, and then you have this big long piece here. Okay, so then the next thing is you're going to take the smaller one, one of the smaller ones, in the middle hole of the bigger one, and take one of the brads. You can hear me getting them out here. You take the brad put it in the holes, both of the holes. You're just going through these two holes, and again, you're going to make the wings go out. Okay, there we go. So now it looks like this. See how it moves nice? That's good, because that's what fasteners are great for. They make it so you can move it. Then what we're going to do is take the other big one, and we're going to do the exact same thing, but add it to this side. Okay, the top, the other long one on the end. So we do it end to end. We're going to put another brass fastener right in there, and that, again, you want it to flatten out in the back, which is what I'm doing. I'll show you in a sec. So that one's at the back. Okay, so now we have three of them. We have one left to go, and this one, okay, so here's where it's a little tricky. I made this hole a little bigger, and on this one, I made the hole a little bigger, and on the end here, I made the hole a little bigger, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But we're going to use the smaller hole on one end and attach it to the middle of this longer one. Okay, so over here, we're going to attach it right there. Okay, don't attach the two little ones together, just the long one to the small one in the middle of the long one. That's where we're going to put it. So I'll show you that. See, there we go. Okay, and now these two, now we don't need any more brads. As you can see, it moves pretty well. Now we need our pens or your markers. You should have 2 markers in your kit. And one of them is going to go, let me push this down just a bit so you can see a little better. Okay, one of these is going to go in where these two are. Okay, so I'm going to put it right in there. Now the thing is, you got to make sure your hole's big enough a little bit. So you may have to use the hole punch to make the hole punch a little bigger or wiggle it in there, but you want it in nice and snug. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing with your other pen on the other side, but on the hole that's empty, and we want to make sure that's a little bit big too. So ooh, it fits perfectly right there. Okay, and then we're going to take a piece of paper. Now this is the fun part. Like I said, you put the paper right underneath, just like that. And now I'm going to draw something. Let's see. How about I make just a circle? That was a wobbly circle because I'm holding it up. Let me do it a little better for you so you can see. Okay. All right. I'm going to put this one back in. Sometimes they come out. You just put them right back in. Okay. How about I make a square? This one needs to go down a little bit. There we go. All right. How about we do it up here? A little square or rectangle. See, this is where you have to make sure they're flat down. This one's having a little more trouble than the other one. But you just play with it a little bit, and then all of a sudden it works. So you can see, let me try to make a star. So you can see now one side makes a big star, and the other side is the bigger star, and the other side is the little star in there. So there you have it, your own pantograph. Now the next one we're going to make is fun too. It's called a jaw monster. And I'm going to take these pens out right now. So you should have all the supplies in your packet, but the only thing you will not have is you will not have the hole puncher, and you will have all the other supplies other than the hole puncher and scissors. You'll need scissors too. Okay, so the next one is our jaw monster. Oh, he's kind of, here he is. And he's kind of cool because he can be fun to play with. But this is a really cool engineering feat. You know, you may have seen this in other things like a door, one of those folding doors, kind of like that, or, you know, a gate of some sort. And an accordion, it kind of reminds you of that. So this is a fun thing to make. You might think of your own kind of thing to make with it, but we're going to use the cereal box that's in your activity kit. So if you get that first, and then we'll move on to making it. All right. So what we have in there for you is a cereal box. I opened mine up so you can see what I did. There's an easy part you can pull apart on a cereal box. Okay. That, and then it's wide open. And that gives you a nice big piece of cardboard to use. And it's thinner, which is a little easier to use, easier to cut for this particular thing. And then you'll find the Jaw Monster template. Cut these out. You actually only need to cut out one. And then what you'll do is trace. You need to have 7 of them. And I traced it on here. So I traced 7 of them. And again, the same thing like with the Pantograph. You're going to put the dots for where the holes should be. Again, we're going to have little holes, but it'll be a lot easier to make these holes. You can actually probably poke them through with the fasteners. If not, you can use maybe a thumbtack or a push pin. That might be easy to do too. So once you do that, you cut out all of these pieces, all right? And then what you'll do is take those 4, you'll have, let's count them. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the 7th one, you're going to cut in half to make his jaws, his mouth. Now I'm just going to take this apart so I can show you exactly how to put it together. It's really not hard at all. Before you actually put it together, okay, this is where I made a little mistake. I should have waited to color mine afterwards. So when I undid it to try it again, I realized I had a lot of spots on mine. So it's easier to color it before you get making it, putting it together. So what you're going to do with each one of these is you're going to make 3 X's. And that's pretty easy to do because you're going to take 2 of the pieces like this, and each piece will have 3 holes in it. Remember on here, you have 1, 2, 3 holes, and you can use it to line up with the board and make your holes, just like we did with the Pantograph. So here, you're just going to put in the middle hole, take 2 of them, put 1 in the middle, and again, flatten it out on the back, and then you have these X's. You're going to make 3 of these. So let's do that. 3 X's. I'm just taking mine apart so I can show you how it works so easily once you get them all together. Okay. So I have 3 X's now. Now to put these together, really all you have to do is take 2 X's. That's what I'm calling them. Mine have the jaws on the end here. We'll add those on after. You can add those on after with glue. So, okay, or tape. So then you just take one of your fasteners. You put it through the hole that you've made already. Put it through the other hole on the top ones, the 2 top ones. Okay, so look, we have 2 right there. These are our 2 X's. And you're going to put 1 there and then 1 here. Okay, so that's how it's going to look. Put it all together. And so we got the top one. Now we're going to put 1 in the bottom X. If you look at the pictures, you'll see. Okay, there we go. There we got 2 X's. Almost done. That was fast. Now we're going to do it again. You're going to take 2 holes. You could add more to this if you want, but you might need the fasteners. I don't know if you'll have enough fasteners, but if you can get more fasteners or figure out another way to do it, you might want to try it. Okay, and then we're putting 1 more fastener on the bottom one and 1 more on the top one. And there you have it. Now what I did with my last piece, I cut it in half and then I cut out little teeth and then I glued it to the end. So, well, I taped it, so I'm going to show you because I wanted to just tape it so I could show you. I just made these, cut this off, made a little face for them and teeth, and then I put it on here. So then we have him like that. And that's how he is. You have your jaw monster. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you try it out, and if you want, I'd love to see them. So if you come in sometime and bring yours to show me, I'd love to see it. That'd be great. And if you have any questions, you can always come in and ask too. I hope you enjoy this and have fun with it, making your pantograph and your jaw monster. And I'll see you maybe next month when we're going to be coding using Scratch online. So that'll be a lot of fun. Okay, thank you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.